PCR test is the most commonly used test for COVID-19 worldwide. Positive tests from PCR have created a statistic of rising cases globally that serves as the premise for continued lockdowns and other measures. The PCR-derived statistic has even inspired the pharmaceutical industry to produce a vaccine in record time for worldwide distribution. So it's probably worth understanding the basics of PCR technology. Dr. Kary Mullis received a Nobel Prize for inventing the polymerase chain reaction technique in 1993, which became a central technique in biochemistry and molecular biology. Mullis's technique works by replicating a section of DNA many times to create a polymer, which is a large molecule made up of repeated subunits of the same small molecule. These fractal megamolecules make it easier to find and study a DNA sample. Mullis didn't describe his invention as a test for a disease, only as a technique to study biological material. This is where it gets interesting. Each replication of the original molecular sample is called a cycle. The more cycles used, the less accurate the test is. According to Antony Fauci, the NIH, the CDC, and the New York Times, PCR tests for COVID have an accuracy rating of 0% when more than 35 cycles are used.
If you get a cycle threshold of 35 or more, that the chances of it being replication competent are minuscule. So that if somebody, and we have patients, and it's very frustrating for the patients as well as for the physicians. Somebody comes in and they repeat their PCR and it's like 37 cycle threshold. But you almost never can culture virus from a 37 threshold cycle. So I think if somebody does come in with 37, 38, even 36, you got to say, it's just dead nucleotides, period. But you almost never can culture virus from a 37 threshold cycle. 7 threshold cycle. Almost never can culture virus from a 37 threshold cycle. From a 37 threshold cycle. So, but you almost never can culture virus from a 37 threshold cycle. So I think if somebody does come in with 37, 38, even 36, you got to say, it's just dead nucleotides, period.